Snipers, you have to see what's happening under the Bitcoin price this weekend, as we are seeing weekend manipulation and Bitcoin's price falling all the way down below the previous weekly open of 57,300. And now we're testing a major support level here on this channel. I want to talk about exactly what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. And you can see here with Ethereum, we are seeing some pressure here at the $2,000 big even, but we are seeing a nice push to the upside here from our support of 1980. For those in our Discord group, we took a trade here at 1987 and it's already hit all three targets. I actually sent this out as a buy limit with low risk before we even got to this price level, and we're seeing that already follow through. For those not in the Discord, the link is in the description below. But we have a lot to talk about today when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum as we start to see futures markets open tomorrow evening. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Obeidi. If you appreciate this content, remember to like this video. First, I want to talk about exactly what's happening to Bitcoin's price. I had to make this video because we broke down below this previous weekly open in green. As you can see here at 57,300, we know it's the weekend. That's when we see the most amount of manipulation, and we're still seeing some light volume here with Bitcoin. We know the path to least resistance is always going to be sideways to a little bit higher when there's low volume, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. You can see we're testing this major channel support right now, and we're so close to the weekly open, which is sitting right at that $55,700 level, that in my opinion at this point, my thesis that I've maintained over the last 2 weeks for Bitcoin is still true, and that's the fact that if we stay above 58,300, things could be extremely bullish into the next couple of weeks. However, if we continue to close hourly and 4-hour candles below 58,300, we have this previous weekly open at 57,300, but we are going to be moving this line down to this weekly open as we start to see the new week unfold, and realize that at this point, this is the major support that we are going to have to monitor for Bitcoin at that weekly open of 55,765, because this is going to reset on Monday. And of course, we know every time this resets, the whales love to manipulate price around previous weekly opens, since most people are now going to be looking at the further weekly opens. Nobody's looking at the prior weekly opens. And so if Bitcoin comes below 55,700 US dollars, I believe we should be a little bit cautious, because at that point, 54,450 is the next support level. But if we're already below the weekly open and we're testing that $54,000 level, that could potentially open the door to breaking below the 50-day moving average and reaching that $49,700 level. But realize that the key level at this point is 55,700. If we don't get below that area, then this could just be some weekend manipulation like we always see, and price can continue further up once we get back above the monthly open at 58,900, but more importantly, the $58,300 level, which we all know is an extremely important level. Why? Because you can see the amount of chart vibration that goes on during the time that the price action is at that $58,300 level. You can see it acted as a resistance. We broke through it, acting as a support. So we know this is a very significant number. So that's what I'd be watching to assume upside. And of course, we do have that $65,000 to $66,000 target here for Bitcoin based on the schematics of this triangle, if we are able to maintain price action above 55,700, which is the weekly open. If we come below that, that's when we'll start having to look at potential downside scenarios. But this was a very critical update I had to put out there, because of course we know there's low volume, we know it's the weekend, this is the most manipulated, and so it was very important that you guys were aware of the fact that we do have this weekly open right now almost being tested, and it is a very key level. Do I believe we'll break down? Not necessarily. I think that we'll start to see a push to the upside here at this support level. Of course, we know this is a major channel support, but I think that we really want to monitor this on Sunday as futures markets start to open, because we have to put on the table the potential here that with the Bitcoin CME futures chart, the candle low for the day on Friday closed at that $59,110 range. And so if Bitcoin were to open below 59,110, we could be leaving a big fat gap up here for Bitcoin. And if there is a downside scenario, the whales are going to love having this huge gap up top to potentially come fill in the future. And so we just want that on the table. I'm not saying that's going to happen. What I am saying is we are going to see a lot of volatility along this range. And we also should monitor the $59,110 level, knowing that if we open below that, there could be that big fat CME gap left up top. And you know, whales love to leave gaps when they create reversals and things of that nature. So it's all on the table. I'm your umpire. I'm giving you an unbiased opinion. And so 55,700, that's my deal breaker for the downside. And then, of course, 58,350, still extremely significant for me when it comes to the upside potential of Bitcoin. And then when we look at what's happening to Ethereum, you can see we came down to see the first retest of 1980 since we broke down. We actually took a long trade at that exact level for those in the Discord group. Once again, the link is in the description below. And of course, you can see we're already in profits, seeing this daily candle come up and wick at that 1980 area, but now above the $2,000 big even. And so realize that for Ethereum, that 1980 support is very critical in my opinion. Will we break below it? If Bitcoin continues sideways and sees weakness, there is a potential we could come to test the monthly open for Ethereum, because you can see there is confluence here with this major support level, and that's right around that 1920 area. And of course, if we come down to the monthly open, we want to hold that level. If we get below that is when I would have concerns about Ethereum's price. And so that's right at that 1920 area. So very important time. Of course, this is a new month and we're seeing these new monthly opens, and realize that with Bitcoin, we look at the monthly candle, we've yet to come above the previous body of this previous month here in March. You can see price action so far has stayed below the wick of last month's candle. And so the body right now is acting as a resistance. That's right around that $58,300 level. So we'll continue to watch this monthly candle, but there could be the potential of more price action to the downside based on the current direction of where the monthly candle is at. And so there is some caution in the market. I just want to put it out there. Of course, with Ethereum at this point, we know 1920 is key here. And so that's going to be right around the current monthly open. And of course, if that breaks down, then we have the previous week's open here to hold as support around that 1785 area. If we're able to stay above 1980, then I do believe we'll see further upside for Ethereum coming towards our target here of that $2,600 range. So we will monitor that. But once again, it is the weekend, it's the most manipulated, so we're going to see a lot of volatility. So we just have to keep that in mind. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart's actually looking very nice here. You can see we are maintaining that 35,000 Satoshi level. As long as we're above 35,000 Satoshis, things are good for Ethereum. If we break down, then we have this monthly open at 32,700 Satoshis to watch. For the upside target at this point, as long as we stay above 35,000 Satoshis, we have 37,170 Satoshis as that next upside target. And then of course, with others' dominance, we are seeing a major push to the upside every single day. You can see forming new highs here. Altcoins are doing very well. And then Bitcoin dominance coming down, coming towards this 57.2% dominance area to test this as a major level. We'll continue to monitor this. And of course, with that being said, that pretty much wraps up this video. Once again, I'm being the umpire. I'm addressing both sides of the equation. I hope you guys appreciate this content. And I want to give back. If you guys want to win one of my favorite books on investing, Principles by Ray Dalio, all you have to do is comment below and share this video. You'll be entered into the giveaway. I'll go ahead and pick a winner from our video yesterday, and we'll wrap this video up. Let's see. Roger says, huge fan since Snipers Tube. Thanks for the content. Snipers out. Thank you so much, Roger. Send me a message on Instagram. The link is in the description below. You won a book. And with that being said, it is a very exciting time right now. It is the weekend, the most manipulated. It's a new month, and we have to monitor Bitcoin's price here at the support level, because if we come below 55,760, then it opens the door to further downside targets. But if we're able to maintain the support level, we have a very nice week ahead of us when it comes to the bullish scenario. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Snipers out.